Hi, I'm Matt Jordan from Jordan Fabrics here in Grants Pass, Oregon. We had a really good work day today and I'm going to stick around tonight and do a little bit of cutting. My wife's here sewing and I'm going to do a little bit. Hold on a second, please. I received these color cards from fabric companies. This one came from Hoffman Fabrics, and what it is what they call their 1895 Bali watercolors. And I really enjoy working with the Hoffman boutiques. And so this 1895 line they have is more of a plainer fabric with just a little bit of molting, I guess they call it. But it's colors, it's like paint chips at a store. When you go to a hardware store and you see those paint chips, and that's what this is. It's really nicely done. They do it on a very thick paper, and this will last me forever. And they have a huge extensive line of these. So I'm going to go over to my shop and pick out some of these that they've sent me, and can't wait to work with them. I think I have some earth tones I like and some other kind of rose tones and blues, burgundies. I'm going to check that out and we're going to cut some things this evening. All right, let's take off. Is that baby open? Okay. So we put the 1895s onto the shelves in various places here, and they've been selling well online and selling well to our customers here at Jordan Fabrics. I'm going to try and pick out something in earth tones that I think is something just try to pick something out. And I'll show you a little bit about how I do it. The first thing I want to do is pick a main dark and a main light. The main dark is this L, and by main I mean I'm going to use a lot of that fabric throughout the quilt, and it's going to have a dominating effect on the quilt. And as you can see, as you go down into smaller strips, smaller pieces, it has less of an effect. Now if I had put a red center right here, it would have a great effect on this quilt. But the way I like to do them is kind of do easy blendings. Easy blendings. Here's another log cabin here. Easy blending. And look at this green and yellow, green and gold one up here. A lot of different boutiques from a lot of different manufacturers in this one. But I just did real easy blending with, let me get up on this chair, with my larger pieces being more dominant in the overall effect of this quilt than the ones that are on the inside. The bigger pieces have a more dominant effect, obviously. And so that's what I'm thinking about. I'm going to pick something, a large print that I like, and then I have things that I think will coordinate it very well with it. So, getting that started, I like this. I like the earth tones, as I was saying, and let's see. Got that, something like that. Got a couple pieces of that. This one looks kind of interesting here. All right, that's just an absolutely beautiful 1895 batik from Hoffman Fabrics, and I like that one. And you know, see, it has the browns, greens, very earth tone. It's really a pretty fabric. So, let's take a look at this brown with it. See, that brown complements that very nicely. So I might use that. I probably will use that. Look at this print. Awesome again. Look at the colors in that. Really rich browns, so even black, grays. Very, very nice. Like that. 1895 again. That's looking pretty good. I think this forest is a little much. And it is. You see, the tones in this green don't go that well, say, with this green here. It's just not the same hue. It just doesn't look as good in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Other people may say it looks great, and that's fine. But I just don't think it coordinates as well. This is a little light for me. I'm not real thrilled about that. I may use it. Let's see this one. Oh, this is better. See, this is more, this is fine, and it coordinates pretty well, but it's not, this has a lot more brown in it, and it's gonna pull the browns out of all these prints here, as you can see. It's just gonna, it just flows together much better. So, I can use up to 6 prints in my 12 block log cabins, and as little as 3. It depends how many strips you have going around the center square. And there's different ways you can do those log cabins, but that's a pattern that I use a lot of. And I want to use something that I know about in this case when I'm using these for the first time. I do like these. And I'll probably take these back to the shop and see if I can work something out with those for my dark side, so to speak. It's my larger side. For my lights, I was thinking about these golds up here. And now look at this one. This has my greens, which I've got in there, which will pull that out real nice. I'm going to set this down here. I like that a lot. Pull this out. This is a very kind of muted print. It's not bad in there. It doesn't have a lot going on. It's relatively plain. It's an 1895 Hoffman Batik. It's fine, but it's, to me, we might be able to do better, but so I'm going to leave it out. But I think looking at these colors that I have up here, I think I can do better. I like, for instance, look at this. This little green's hiding in there. You can't see it on the shelf, but when you pull it out, you sure see it. And check this out. Look at those two together. And then blending into these. Just really looks nice. Really looks good. Those are kind of them. This has a nice gold to it. This one here is kind of dull to me with this set. It's just, this is very vibrant right now. Very vibrant. This has more gold in it. And that's definitely a candidate. You can see this one I pulled down here. Now that we have some prints out, you can see how much duller this is. This will be good for something other quilt, definitely. There's nothing wrong with it. But you can see, compared to these others and the blends of browns and greens we have, it's just not as nice. So I really like those. And check this out. This is an interesting print. It's got a lot of different colors that are very subtle, yet it's got some of that gold in it. And let's take a look at it. Interesting. Look at it with our browns. Not bad, and it may add some other type of dimension to the pattern that will look really good. So I think I like what I have here. Okay. This is my light side here. You know, I kind of do darks and lights. That's just my thing for some reason. And I can see already, it's probably hard to tell on the camera, but in terms of flowing together nicely, I think that this little print here adds more character to this whole group than if I stick another gold in here and makes it kind of blah blah. But you do this, there's gold in here, but it just adds a little bit of punch. And I'm going to use it as the smallest piece because it's not exactly coordinating beautifully with these, but it matches enough and it's going to add something to that quilt. And that's to each his own, so to speak. I mean, you can do anything you want with your quilts, but I'm just giving you a little information or ideas of how I do it. And so on the dark side, I'm going to do definitely this as the biggest. I know I've got some more bolts of these around here somewhere we ordered, so I don't know. But definitely this as the biggest L. I love that as my base. I love the brown with the green. Beautiful colors. Beautifully done. I'm going to run this next to it. I like that coordination. So biggest, probably an L. I'll just do a block of this plain brown with another block of this, which will form an L. And then this guy that's really bold, I'm going to put down on the smallest L on the dark side. And if I had to pick a center square right now, I'd probably bring this plain brown down here, because this print, if I pick it as a center square, is really multicolored also, same as this one. And it might fight with it down there, so to speak. And you'll have it, it just creates a little bit of too much for me. So that's what I'm looking at. And this is going to be L, big L, a single block, and another L, and center square. Really like that. Let me put these over in some light where you can see them a little better. This guy got eliminated. So if you really look at this, that's biggest, next, and then an L. Boom. Yeah, I like that. This one, I think is going to be good. Here, I think I'll do on the light side, what prints I got here. I think I'll do biggest L, another L, beautifully matching together. Nice with those. And then a block and a block, or I may switch that up. But these are definitely the prints I'm going to use. And these are definitely the ones. All right, we're after work here, and I wanted to show you that block and that kit that I was working on in the earth tones, those 1895s from Hoffman Fabrics. And what we put together here, this is a kit with 24 log cabin blocks. And you can see I've precision cut these. This is my big L, that dark I was talking about. And I have a block here and a block here, and then another small L. And I did use the brown for the center square. On this side, I used this print. This is a border, but I used this print here as an L. That's that kind of goldish creamish with green. The other gold with cream is just a block, and then the other gold, more solid, and this small one is a little L there. Awesome, awesome looking. This has the borders, the binding that you need to complete this quilt. Here's the square. Here, and you can see the different positions. This being the big L, the green, a block, another L here, this little small L here, and then the center square. And these prints here, I'll put it up here, be easier. This print right here is right here, and it's got that one gold block here. It's got the green and gold, and then another L going around. Beautiful. This kit that we've created here, and we're going to shrink wrap that soon, but we sewed a sample top. We're going to quilt it later this week. I want to get in some light here where you can see this. I think it came out extremely well. We used what they call the barn raising effect to bring out that diamond effect in this top. And we're very pleased here at the shop. This is our first quilt really experiencing just only 1895s from Hoffman Fabric, their 1895 line, what they consider very basic for them. But it's not so basic if you look at this quilt. It looks really good. Very happy with that. We'll get that quilted. We'll put those kits for sale. And I'm enjoying this one. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching this video. It was really fun to make it. I hope you got something from it. I'm Matt Jordan from Jordan Fabrics, and I'll see you next time here at the shop. Bye.